What is up, you guys? So today, holy moly, lots of information coming out. So you've already probably caught word a little bit about the separation movement for Alberta, and there's already a QR code out there for that, and that'll be right here. And then there's also a petition for Saskatchewan as well, and you can go check that out as well if you live in that area too. But it's crazy right now because people are seeing in the West that they are not being heard by the East, and so they're feeling like we won't be able to get ahead if this Carney guy is in the head seat. And I believe that's totally true, because he talks about less emissions, and the only way you can do that is if you start blocking off projects. And the timeline that they have, you wouldn't be able to get down to those emission marks unless you were doing like nothing. So we're talking about no new pipeline projects, we're talking no new mines. It's pretty much just going to be, as Carney likes to say, full stop, and that's not good news for us out in the West, or even people out in the East, because then they won't be getting those payments. But a way to get out of it is to separate. So that's why people are looking at this, and there's a lot of pull for it. There's already tons of signatures already. Daniel Smith has already lowered the number of signatures needed, and increased the days for getting those signatures to 120 days versus the 90 days. So that's amazing. Yeah, so the way I figure it is, if the West gets away from Eastern Canada, and we are getting our lives put back together, our freedoms back, and the Conservatives win later, that's just a double win for us. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. Take that as you will. Don't know if you're into that or not, but it looks like it's all downhill with the Liberal government, the way he's going right now. And Carney's got some crazy ideas. You got to check out his book, Values, and just start getting educated on that stuff. It's dangerous, really dangerous for our society. It doesn't increase any growth for Canada. Then we have some things going on in Pierre's riding. Actually, there was manipulation done in there where Pierre's riding was actually doubled in size, and it was increased in a zone where it's known to be quite heavily liberal. There's also reports of people who were going in to the polls, and they were being told that if they don't vote liberal, that they'll be deported. And so just a lot of fear-mongering. Like, what can you expect? The whole Liberal campaign was built on fear-mongering of Trump taking over and all this stuff. So there's a lot of crazy work going on there. But Moose on the Loose tells about that. There is Mario, I can't remember his last name. You've probably seen some of his videos going around too, if you're watching. He does a whole breakdown too of that whole area as well. So yeah, I've been looking at the Creighton show too on YouTube. He's really good as well, looking at the different stuff he talks about. But we really need to decide where our values lie and where we want to sit. Do we want to keep going along with the narrative that the Liberals have been putting out, and or do we want to put our family and our values first? And that seems to be kind of where it's sitting. So, and I'm not totally saying that's separating or not separating, but you got to decide where you want to be and how you want to see this play out. But it looks like we're not done yet for the Conservatives. It's just getting started, and I believe the next time they will win. But we got to stay strong and keep holding on. And if moving on is the other option like that, then that's all right too. But you really got to make a choice on what you want for your country. And like I said before, my family actually came and started, settling this land back when the first 400 families first settled Canada. So we're talking like right in the beginning. And I have a hard time actually trying to come to terms with that. My country is actually failing. It's going very left, very woke, and it is not the Canada that was built back then. I can tell you that. Like, all this crazy wokeism, gayism, and abortion stuff, like, that would not be even a goal for them back then. It's just so changes over time as we become more progressive, more left. So in Canada's really just changed that way. You can tell with the Liberal governments, with the people, the way they think. We're very, very left, and I think we need a major correction in our country. And God help us do that. Godspeed to all you guys. Let's get out there and make people aware, and just keep looking, getting educated, and yeah, let's just choose which way you want to go. But we got to be beholden to our values. Take care, you guys. Be strong.